Welcome to those of you that are new to the channel, and for those who have returned back, welcome back. We'll be diving in talking about a Tubi movie. You may have seen it, you may not, but spoiler alert, you're about to find out, called Happy Anniversary, starring Meagan Good's sister. I didn't even know she had a sister. Like her older sister at that. Lamaya Good. She looked just like her because as I was watching, I was like, she looked like a Meagan Good lookalike. Come to find out, it really is her sister. Blood and all. About to dive right into this recap. Happy anniversary. So first it starts off with a girl in the woods just bleeding. Like, we don't know what happened, but it gets your mind running like, what happened to her? Who harmed her? Like, she's on her stomach, crawling in the woods on the dirt, calling out for help, just laying there on the ground. You're like, what the hell just happened? The movie pans and skips to 26 years later, a date, March 13th, but 2021. A significant date. So if you are watching this movie, it's hard to follow along. You're like, what's going on? Why they keep mentioning this? Just remember, March 13th, that she's married to like her first husband. But first and foremost, I'm like, the movie is called Happy Anniversary, but then it shows the genre as a thrill. Like, what? How can a happy anniversary be? Like, how is it a thrill? How is it like a mystery type of thing? Like, what can be so scary about happy anniversary? I'm just saying. But like I said, they pay into the first husband, right? The first. So just letting you know, it's going to be a couple of them. So she was married to Henry. Look happy, look good marriage for the most part. I mean, in the beginning, he did cheat on her. He did cheat on her and she left him. But all marriages go through things. Everybody's marriage is a little bit different. She just wasn't tolerating. She said, look, I'm out. But she played the part. Because again, they were married for a year. After she then came back, it's like, okay, I'm going to take you back. They then pleaded to her, baby, please come back. Baby, come back to me. He pleaded. He didn't want her to leave, but he ended up sleeping with the girl that showed up to the wedding. Her name was Ashley. I guess she was his high school sweetheart, but she showed up to the wedding, all types of trouble, being subliminal to the bride. Like, I work for like almost $1 billion industry and blah, blah, blah. And she was just trying to start trouble because she really wanted Henry. Okay. So he get her back and then they celebrate in their 1-year anniversary. You said, what can go so wrong with that? Remember, March 13th. All right, it might have been on a Friday, Friday the 13th, you know what I mean? When they were out, they don't show the scene, but they made a reference saying that when they were out, she kept talking about this bracelet. The bracelet had a charm on it. The charm was a gun, a Glock, a 22, a pow, pow, ping, ping, blah. Husband number one, Henry, ends up getting her that bracelet. He said, oh, I know you've been talking about it. You wanted it for so long. I mean, I know we said no gifts, but I had to get it for you. She said, oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You didn't have to get me. You really did. And she goes and say, well, I got you a gift. And it's a surprise. And he's like, oh, babe, you didn't have to get me nothing. I know we said no gifts. She said, well, it's a surprise. Close your eyes. That's his wife. Why would he close his eyes? He trusts her. He been all up in her. He trusts her. That's his wife. So he goes and closes his eyes. And she made it quick. She didn't keep him anticipating. And she came while his eyes was closed. And she had a gun aiming at him. So when she said, open your eyes, he opened, looked up, put his hand, whoa. Shot him. She shot him right up in here. And she said, do you remember? Do you remember now? Do you remember? So I'm like, wait, what's going on? The movie would have you confused. You're like, wait. And like I said, she whispered in his ear. She said, this is so you remember me. This is so you remember me. I'm like, how he gonna remember if he did? Like, how he gonna remember? The only thing he gonna remember is when he gets to the pearly gates. I'm like, damn, how did I get here? Like, I don't think the writers thought about that one. How he gonna remember? Like, you shot him to kill him, but you're asking if he remembered. Make it make sense. Come on now. That was husband number one, Henry. Remember, they got married March 13, 2021. Remember these dates that I'm throwing out. Remember a year later, March 13, 2022. I'm like, okay, I picked up quickly, like, why they keep repeating March 13th? Like, all right, I know it's a thriller, but it's supposed to be like a scary movie or something. So anyway, it pans to a year later after she killed the first husband, Henry. She meets a guy named Emmett. Like, he's a realtor, then she becomes a realtor. So it seems like the pattern is whatever these men are doing for a living, she becomes that. She becomes the same career-driven woman. She becomes the same career-driven woman in the same industry as them. In fact, working at the same job at the same company as them. That's how she get close to him. So the March 13, 2022, it shows that she's engaged to her second husband, Emmett. And after that, they got married a year after. So March 13th, 2023. I'm sure she's picking the date. Usually it is the woman, the wife, that's picking the date. Like, we're gonna get married on this date. The husband shows up, like, hey, okay, whatever, we married. The date may not be as significant to the husband as it is, to the wife. And March 13th, 2023, she got married to the second husband, Emmett. Again, it jumps right in and out to these husbands. But she told him, like she told his first one, Pat, don't get me nothing. We're not getting each other anything for our anniversary. And all right, cool, picking up what she putting down. Once you give her that charm, she really gonna pull out the blicky on you for real. So it's best not, you just don't give her the charm at all, what I'm thinking. So yeah, second husband come home, he's like, I know you said we're not doing gifts. We're not doing any gifts, but I just had to get you that bracelet he was talking about. He ends up getting her the same bracelet like the first husband got her, put it on her. She didn't even put it on her wrist. She looked at it and said, oh, thank you. Put it on the counter. She said, you know what? I done made dinner. Because the husband did request, he was like, we don't need to do anything. We can go out to eat. And the wife was like, let's have something intimate. Let's have something intimate. I'm sure she done changed her name from the first husband to the second husband. I just can't keep up with the name. But she's like, let's do something intimate. He's like, we want to stay in. I want you to cook that salmon you cook with that, them veggies, because that's fire. So she said, cool. So he walks in, I guess, from coming home from work. She done made dinner. She sits him down at the table and they're eating. Man, baby, this is good. Yeah, you don't put everything up in there. Put your foot in there. This is good. And she said, oh, wait right here. I got something for you too. He said, oh, no, baby, you shouldn't have. When they say you shouldn't have, they wanted something too. But they just appreciated that you thought about them. While he's sitting there grubbing, eating his shit, she came out with a baseball bat and swung on, knocked his ass upside the head. He couldn't even finish chewing. I think he was in the middle of a chew when she hit his ass. He's, what the hell? What you doing? Then, after that, she pulled up the gun. Put your goddamn hands up. And she told him, get up. Get your goddamn hands up. That's what she was telling him. He wasn't getting up. He was crawling outside. I was living in a safe neighborhood because the back door was open where the pool was at. It was just wide open. I'm like, who the hell leaving the door open? You don't want no bugs and, creatures and animals crawl. But clearly the door was open. He crawling out. And I guess he looking for help, calling for help. But you know where you live at? Your backyard is secluded. Who gonna see you? So she told him, get your hands up. He gets up. He's standing there. Why are you doing this? Like, why? She said, you don't remember? Now, I give her this. She asked him before she shot him this time. Because of the first husband, she shot and asked him, did he remember? I'm sure he didn't remember a goddamn thing. The nigga was going to the upper room. Not the ballroom room, but he was going to the upper room. And so this time she asked the second husband before she shot him, do you remember? Just so you remember. And he's like, remember what? What are you talking about? I didn't know what she's talking about either. Because again, they don't let you know that. So, boom, he's standing there in front of the pool. She shot his ass, he fell in the pool. Said, damn, another one. So I can see where this is going. Third husband, he in for a rude awakening. He about to get his ass killed. So we can just assume that already because we see the patterns. We can recognize the pattern. He about to get his ass killed. Third husband. That's why it's called happy anniversary, because at this point in time, she killing that ass on the anniversary. She on the anniversary. She killing that ass. So that's why it's called happy anniversary, and it's a thriller because she taking them out. She taking them out like she in the military. She sniping. And so that's where they start piecing together the clues, because at this point in time, you confused, like, why is she killing them on March 13th, but in a different year? So it pans back to March 13th, 1955. It was her birthday. Find out her name is Faith. Real name is Faith. In the movie, that's what her name is Faith. So it's her birthday. She had to have been between 12 and 14. Nobody showed up for her birthday. Not one person. Her mother was there, but she wanted some of her friends to be there, you know, some of the kids. And she was so distraught. She was like, why nobody likes me? Like, why nobody showed up? Mom made us heartbroken because she was like, you know, like, I want to make friends. Mom was like, you know, I'm here. We're going to have a good time. We can eat these cupcakes, whatever. I was outside. She's sitting outside on the front, you know, just enjoying the rest of the day because nobody showed up. She's swinging on a hammock out in the front yard. These 3 boys show up. They're like, hey, Faye. I'm thinking like, oh, they her friends, right? Yeah, they her friends. They know her. She know him. She jumped up like, hey. It's like, oh, yeah, it's your birthday. Then you hear 2 of the other boys in the back snickering. So I bet nobody showed up. Like, you know, the boy that was talking to her was like, shh. Y'all want this to work? Shut up. It's like, what work? Granted, it seemed like a setup. They all whispering and you know, talking in code. So the boy, the ringleader, he was like, hey, come with us. We want to show you something. She's so desperate to have somebody show her something because ain't nobody show up for her birthday. Boom. So she goes with them. They take her to the woods, whatever. They tell her to climb a damn tree. She's like, what? Why I gotta climb a tree? I don't want to climb a tree. No. They're like, climb the tree. They trying to make her climb the damn tree. She don't want to climb no damn tree. She just thought they was, you know, trying to show her something where she can have fun and have friends. Like, climb the tree. She ain't climbing. Then, little boy, he had been like 13, 14, pull a Glock up on him. He like, what? He pull it, climb the tree. Like I said, climb the damn tree. She's like, what? No, like, why are you doing, like, why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this? I don't want to climb the tree. Then, the little boy that's holding the gun, he looks at his friends like, yeah, you sure it ain't loaded? You sure? So the friend's like, no, it ain't loaded. It ain't loaded. It ain't loaded. I got it from my dad. It ain't loaded. He's like, all right. So, and he look over to the other his friends, and she should took a rock and bashed him upside his head, right up on the side, right behind his ear. She start bleeding. She take off running. He tell his friends, go get her, go get her. They go chasing after her, or whatever, and catch her. And she just don't understand what's going on. Like, why is she even in this situation? She didn't do anything wrong. She just came with quote unquote friends. Came back to December 2023. You like, all right. So we already know the boys took her to the forest, little wooded area. They held her up at gunpoint. They don't show what else happens, but I'm sure somebody let one off, maybe 2 or 3. But yeah, they pan to December 2023. It was a year or 2 in between before she got married to the next husband. 2025, mayor named Tommy, he got shot. Like what? That's crazy. Show why and how like it happened. It was like, all right, cool, he got shot. Then they pan back. Then it shows that Tommy, he's currently married. See, that's a problem because I guess these other guys wasn't married when she tried to get to him, but Tommy is currently married. However, his wife is terminally ill. She got, you know, the big C. That's what she got. And he is running to be elected for mayor. With his wife being sick, like he having a meeting at the office, she passed out. They say it has progressed. Cool. While he is at his wife's bedside, just crying and praying and hoping, you know, she can recover, Faith, aka Diane, because that's her name at the time, she makes a move. We don't know how she got into the hospital. We don't know. She walks to the room and tells him. She said she was a journalist. You're like, okay, all right. She's telling him what he needs to do, the next plan, what he needs to do. Let everybody know about your wife's sickness. Like, you're letting them in. You're being honest. You're being transparent. This will get you up in the polls because at the time, the running mayor, Tommy, he was down and it looked like he wasn't about to win. So she told him, let him in. This will get you up in the polls. He listened to her plan and he did that. He was able to get up in the polls. He was able to get the numbers up in the running for him to have a good chance. When she was in the hospital, he liked her plan and he offered her to join his campaign. He offered Faith a job to join his campaign and she did. So she's playing the long game. She really is. But that is crazy. The discipline you have to come back 26, 27 years to plan revenge. My goodness, the discipline, she didn't break character. You have to lose yourself some way, somehow, that part of you, bring the task at hand, because she played that part. I will say that's a long revenge. I know that probably had to be eating her up in the inside. It had to be infiltrated this man's life. I felt like she infiltrated all their lives. Like I said, she got jobs that they were doing, careers that they were doing, and doing great at it and seducing them. They thought, oh man, she took me off the market. Yeah, they thought they was lucky. No, your ass was getting played. For real, for real. She infiltrated his campaign, his team. He brought her in. Like I said, his wife was sick. Mayor Tommy, running Mayor Tommy, his wife was sick. Eventually, she ends up dying. There wasn't nothing else the doctors can do for her. But he was already attracted to Diane. He was attracted to Dirty Diana. He was attracted to Diana. And he tried to make a move on her while his wife was still alive, but she was in the hospital. You know, life and health declining. When she died, that's crazy. As soon as she died, after he cried in the hospital, it seemed like that night or the next day he shows up to Diana's, you know, condo, apartment, whatever. Like, you know, he just was looking for some comfort, but he ended up, you know, banging her head up against the backboard. Like, what? But he was already feeling her. For real, for real. So he was already feeling her. He already wanted her. So after, you know, she wouldn't mess with him because his wife was still alive. Once his wife died, he like, all right, cool. He proposed to Diana. Was like, all right, I want you to marry. They got married March 13, 2024. So, you know, from the last couple of ones, it was like March 13, 2021, she got married. And March 13, 2020, 2 days back to back, she had to play a little bit, she had to wait a little bit. She had to be a little bit patient because, again, he was already married. So March 13, 2024, he got married to the third husband. Shit, is it a fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth? She's just over here running through them. So as we can see, I'm thinking, they got married March 13, 2024. His ass won't be dead March 13, 2025. She usually waits to that 1 year, that 1 year anniversary. She usually waits. Before they got married, let me go back a little bit, but before they got married, when he came over after his wife passed away, they was in bed, he was pillow talking to her. He had a little scar behind his ear. She asked, she was like, hey, what happened? He's like, not even my wife knew what happened. I never really talked about it, but it was a dumb decision that I made when I was 13. She was like, oh, but he's like, I'll tell you. She's like, what makes me so special? He's like, you're just so trusting. I can trust you, but I'll tell you. And he goes and say, yeah, when me and my friends was about 13, I made a dumb mistake. Like he never said what he actually did. He just said, I regret doing it. I wish I never did it. So now, and I just try not to relive that. And then she goes and asks, well, what happened to the friends? And he's like, I don't know. I haven't talked to them. They might be dead for all I know. He might know. But then she goes and say, well, what happened to the girl? He didn't mention no girl. So I feel like he knew like who she was, but he didn't mention any girl. And he was like, I don't know. I just hope she's well. In my mind, I feel like she's doing well and she's well. And that's how I cope with it, to live with myself after what I did. I'm like, damn, like, what'd he do? Then they show Tommy, when he was 13, he the one who actually, he shot her. That's what we seen in the beginning of the movie, with her on the ground, bleeding, calling out for help. He shot her, and all three of the boys, they didn't want to go to jail. They didn't want to get in trouble. And they left her to die. Fortunately, guy that was riding by in the beginning of the movie seen some shoes sitting there, didn't see anybody, but seen the same shoes sitting there when he was riding, coming back out at night, got out the car, thankfully, and saw that it was somebody laying in the woods. It was her. He took her to the hospital and they saved her. From then, that's where she had the revenge, because they tried to kill her. Pretty much in her mind, they tried to kill her. They left her for dead. They damn sure did. They left her for dead. And she plotted to get back at them for many years. And it took, like I said, 26, 27, 29 years. Telling me the discipline, the determination is unmatched. I came and found her. It was dark at this time. The incident happened, it was daylight. So my question is, her mama ain't come. Where's her mama at? You telling me the street lights came on and she ain't home and you ain't go looking for her? She done went to the hospital, had a surgery. Where is the mama at? See, this is what I'm talking about. We need to be finding out where our kids is at. You don't get to just be going out. It's nighttime and you ain't come back in the house. You ain't grown. Where is her mama at while all this is happening? So you're telling me she done left the front yard when it was daylight. You ain't see her come back home when it was nighttime. The street lights is on. You ain't looking for her, calling nobody. Like, you ain't put a missing persons report. And where's her mama? That's what I want to know. Damn. Like, baby girl going through all this and the mama ain't nowhere to be found. Like, she all up in the hospital bed. She getting cut up on, got the bullet taken out. Her mama ain't nowhere. So now it makes sense when Tommy was shot. When they pan to his story, right in the beginning, he was shot because They had planned that, but he didn't die. His bedside, mad as hell. Like, you better not. This wasn't supposed to go like this. You better make it through. You better make it through because I hope you remember me. I hope you remember me. And he ain't died, so it didn't go as planned. So she's like, nah, he is supposed to be a goner. He is supposed to be 6 feet under by now. And it ain't happened. So the job is not done. She was like a hit woman. Like, but she planned to hit. That's crazy. So she spent majority of her life planning a premeditated murder. She wouldn't have made it on the first 48 because they would have caught her. It was planned. Like, she wouldn't have made it on Snap neither because it wasn't I don't know if it was any insurance money involved or not, but it seemed like after she, married these husbands, the other two previous ones, she got some money out of her son. I don't know how she was living, but she it seemed like she wasn't struggling for nothing. So I'm just saying, she wouldn't have made it. The mayor, Tommy, the third husband, he recovered from the shooting. However, now he had that same gunshot scar that she has. When they first was going to Pound Town, what happened is she made up the story that she used to date a drug dealer, and when they got out the car, things went left, and all she heard was gunshots, and she don't remember anything. She know he tried to take her out, trying to play a prank when he was younger. These kids be doing dumb shit. They just be doing stuff. Anyway, after he recovers, after the accident 3 months later, he makes a statement to the people like, hey, this is my first time speaking since the incident, and it's been a year. Actually, this is my anniversary. I'm like, oh shit. So when he got up that morning, she had wrote him a note like, hey, meet me here. After he made a speech, she goes, meet him. It's the same place where he told her ass to climb that goddamn tree 29 years ago. And where he shot her at, and she had it set up with a little blanket, like they was gonna have a picnic, but I ain't seen no food. It was just a blanket on the ground. I think she was gonna roll his ass up in it. Does this jog your memory? But prior to that, let me just jump back a little bit. He was seeing a therapist after the shooting because he said, some of his memory is gone. He don't remember a lot of things or whatever. He's BSing because it showed, when he was 13 and he showed fragments of what he did to Faith. So, like I said, she set up the picnic. I'm like, come on, it's our anniversary. Like, she asked him, did he get her the gift that she asked for? She said, oh, I didn't forget it. Guess what it was? You already know. The bracelet with the gun charm. Yes, he ends up getting that. Boom, got it. So, she was like, you know what? I don't want it to end like this, but it has to. That's the only way. That's the plan. So she pulls out the gun on him. Yo, you remember? He's like, I don't remember nothing. She's like, yo, you remember? Stop playing and lying. Do you remember? He's like, I don't remember. She said, you lying. Do you remember? He's like, yes. He's like, hi, Faith. I know it's you. I knew it was you the first time when you walked into the hospital. He says, just a face. Certain faces you just can't forget. So she said, how long did you know? He's like, since you walked into the hospital, I knew it was you. She's like, so why'd you play along with me? He's like, I thought if I could make it right, it could spare me, it could save me. I thought I could make it right with you. I thought I could make it right. And he wasn't going out like the others because the others, it was a surprise to them. She was face to face with him. Like what? But he fought for his life as he should. Anybody in their right mind will just let you shoot them without trying to survive. So he didn't hit the gun. They fighting over the gun and everything. And he got his hands around her neck at the tree. I said, damn, he about to kill her. He about to, take her out again in the same spot. That's unfortunate. But he ended up throwing her down. And she ended up trying to pick up a rock and hit his ass again. He knocked her ass clean the hell out. You ever see that movie on Friday when Depot knocked her? He knocked her ass out. It took her a minute to get up. She stumbled. She had to gather herself after that. He Kimbo sliced her ass. I ain't gonna lie. He Kimbo sliced her ass. And it took her a minute to get up. However, when she did get up, he threw her, she was close to the gun, so she did get up. He was trying to leave out the woods and she shot him again for the second time. I said, this nigga must be a cat. He must got 8 lives because he just won't die the second time. But luckily, the police came in and they shot her and she died. I'm like, it ain't end like I thought it was going to end. She didn't finish the job. But Tommy survived. And the cops came in, and then his previous campaign manager he had, which is, I think, is his best friend, came. He was like, I never trusted that. I never trusted that hoe. And he's like, call the paramedics. They called the paramedics. He survived. Pan to him surviving the second gunshot wound. And I was like, this is how it's going to end. This is crazy. This don't make sense. But they kept showing the therapist that he was speaking with, because after, he got shot again, he went to his therapist. They showed a gun charm bracelet. I'm like, why does the therapist have a gun charm bracelet? Why does the therapist? They didn't show who the therapist was. They just kept showing the charm bracelet. After he got done talking, he's like, maybe this is behind me now. Moving on. And the therapist was like, maybe it is behind you, or maybe it's not. And she pulled out a gun from the side and shot that nigga in the head. Like, she shot him dead in the head. She said, you won't survive this one. You won't survive this one this time. It was her mother. It was Faith's mother. She was his therapist the whole time and knew what he did to her. And she said, I'm going to end it. I'm going to end it. So look, yeah, that was the plot twist. That was a plot twist. But I just gave y'all the rundown of the movie Happy Anniversary on Tubi. If you want to go check it out yourself, go do so, and then come back here. I'm put down below what you think. What's your thoughts? Did I miss something that I didn't recap here? But if you like content like this, please like and share and comment below. Let's talk about it. Let's get messy in the comments. Let's talk about it. But we always can discuss movie, TV shows, current events, things that we are debating on the internet. But if you like this type of content, subscribe button, and then I'll see you guys on the flip side.